Hey, excuse me. Hey, I'm trying to get through. I gotta get to Pangya Island, man. Hey, jeez, man.
Excuse me.
Trying to get to Pangya Island here. You just gonna run into me like that?
Oh, so running into you. I'm also going to Pangya Island.
You're going to Pangya Island?
Yes, I'm going to go watch the Pangya tournament on Pangya Island.
That's the most Pongtastic thing I've ever heard.
I've got my Pangya tickets.
Are you also a Pangya's player?
No, I don't play Pangya. No, I work at the Pangya concession stand.
So you just got tickets to the Pangya festival then?
Correct. Well, see, I work at the Pangya stand. I sell Pangya burgers, Pangya dogs. We even sell 2 liters of liquid Pangya.
Wow, liquid Pangya. That's some rare stuff.
How about you? You look familiar. Now, I don't want to, I don't want to, I'm in the presence of greatness here, but are you Terry Pangya Jones?
I am Terry Pangya Jones.
The Pangya world champion who defeated the Demon Lord back in 1997?
Yep, I took my lucky Pangya ball and I Pangya'd all the way to the goal.
And you killed the Dark Wizard, Bolsifer, Pangya Johnson?
That's correct. You know your stuff. You know your Pangya history.
Yes, I've been working at Pangya Island for many years.
Wow.
Well, I'll see you on the Pangya course, my friend. Because I
was Pangya Bolsifer Pangya Johnson the whole time.
Oh, my Pangya!
We'll meet again, Terry Pangya Jones.
Welcome back to the Quick Save Podcast. My name is Alex.
My name's Pangya. Josh.
And we're going to talk about Pangya. Pangya. Now, look, I'm going to be real. We're going to be straight up in front. Why are we saying Pangya so much, Josh?
Because we're going to talk about Fantasy Golf Pangya, which is a game on the PSP. It came out in 2009. We're going to get into a little backstory, too, about the whole Pangya storied franchise, as we literally found out 10 minutes ago. But in this game, Pangya. Fantasy Golf Pangya.
Super Swing Golf for those that might also know.
They're kind of different. But Fantasy Golf Pangya on the PSP, there is a story mode. And the story mode is like anime text boxes. You're reading a lot. This anime girl's like, welcome to Pangya Island. I'm going to teach you how to play Pangya. Pangya is a sport not unlike golf. And we're going to play Pangya here on Pangya Island. And get your Pangya clubs. And then when you do a good shot, it's called a Pangya shot. And they just say Pangya like 500 times.
It just never stops. And the more you play, the more Pangya. It's an overflowing amount of Pangya.
Too much Pangya.
It's starting to lose relevance.
Too much Pangya for one man to handle.
One of the girls that you can unlock to play as, I think she has guns. She's like a 12-year-old with guns.
Well, then there was the cop or whatever.
Yeah.
Like the security guard who was like, I'll kill you. And we're like, whoa, all right, chill out, dude.
Man, it's just a friendly game of Pangya.
It was like super intense. So what is Pangya? It's golf, but with power-ups and special moves and...
I'm sorry, Pangya is more than golf. It's Pangya.
So what is Pangya? It's like golf. That's literally a story beat in the game is like... The main character is like this kid who's been transported to Pangya Island. He's going to play Pangya on the island. And he's like, oh, so it's like golf? And she's like, okay, first of all, it's not like golf. Golf is actually based on Pangya, and Pangya came before golf, so... I don't know, maybe think about that for a little bit, huh? It's not like golf. Golf is like Pangya. It's different.
The other thing is, like, they throw so much at you at the beginning, it's wild.
You're like,
we learned that...
This is like a golf game, right? Okay, so the Demon Lord arose... Okay, so on Pangya Island, there are wells of magical energy, and the dark lords gathered around the holes of Pangya, and they summoned the Demon Lord. Okay, but then the great mystical hero... He played Pangya, and he plugged the holes of evil energy with golf balls. Sorry, we don't call them that here. We call them Pangya balls or whatever. He took the Pangya mystical mana orbs, and he sunk them in the Pangya holes, and then he defeated the Demon Lord.
This is a golf game.
This is a golf game. This is a game about golf. But, and they're like...
It gets even more wild.
Can you imagine if you went to play golf, and like... Tiger Woods was like, hey, welcome to the golf course. And you're like, thanks, Tiger Woods. He was like, so, 400 years ago, the tyrannical King Oberon ruled over the golf courses. Look, and we, the Scottish, took it back. And they killed Lord Oberon. And thus, golf was born.
Look, all I'm saying is we're going to go to our local golfing area that like is like a hangout place where you can practice swing shots. And every time we hit the ball, we're just going to scream Pangya until they ask us to leave.
Pangya, good shot.
No, the other crazy thing is, like, they're also like, Pangya Island is in a different dimension, and you need a ferry to get here. And it's like, what? Yeah,
this
like,
game's
ferries will transport you. And
Sorry,
stuff.
what game am I playing? A JRPG? No, it's golf. This game is golf.
It's just golf.
It's just golf with power-ups. It's like arcade golf.
And then, like...
Sorry, I should say arcade golf is like Pangya, but...
There's, like, little, like, miniature, like... creatures that will follow your ball so you know where it's going.
Dude, I forgot. It's been a bit since we played some of these. Yeah, I forgot there's like a mascot you can get, and the mascot gives you like a stat boost or something.
Yeah, and you can get like different mascots depending on what you do.
Yeah, different mascots do different things.
There's a dude that golfs with baseball clubs.
That was good. I did like that.
This is just a wild ride. Like, we just started the episode, and I'm already just kind of lost in it.
Well, it couldn't possibly get weirder, right? Anyways, what is Pangya? Well, I got great news for you. This game came out in 2009. What if I were to tell you Pangya has been around since 2005? There was an online multiplayer game called Pangya. So Pangya,
wow, imagine that.
So Pangya in Korean translates to bang. I think it's like a onomatopoeia for bang.
Wait, this is a Korean game?
I think so.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, so it's Korean development company Ntrivesoft and NCSoft. So yes, Pangya comes to us from Korea. Pangya, from 2005 till March 2009, the game was known as Albatross 18 in the United States. But then it was closed for a while and re-released as Pangya in the United States after a good number of years. And then in 2014, it changed hands again. And then in 2014, it got transferred again. But then on 2016, the servers shut down, along with the website and the forums, and everything was closed on 2017. But the Thai servers still remain open. So you can still play original Pangya on the Thai servers, if you so wish to do such a thing.
God bless those people in Thailand that are keeping this server alive.
There's some Thai fans out there who are like, I will never let Pangya die. As long as I am alive,
never.
As long as I am alive, Pangya will live through me. So this is crazy. We just found out about this. That Pangya was not originally a PSP game, nor was it originally a Wii game. It was originally a PC game, an online multiplayer PC game.
At first, when I picked this out to play, I was like, haha, it's a funny golfing game, right?
It's funny fantasy golf game.
And I was like, it's fun. We can like mess around, talk about it. There's nothing. Like it's one of done deals.
Yeah, there's no substance. It's like, it's funny. We're going to play it.
We can just kind of trash on it a bit. And then all of a sudden we sit down, we're like, let's just double check into that to make sure. And like, oh my God, we opened up Pandora's box. This went from a funny, like, one-off game to this is an entire franchise that people are dedicated to and have been playing since 2005, and it's still going on today. It's I went from wanting to talk about this so much and just kind of have fun and dog on it to, yikes!
So that's Pangya, right? Pangya is this online multiplayer game from 2005 until present, still going strong, Pangya servers in Thailand. Well, there was also Super Swing Golf for the Wii, which, as far as I know, is like... So, here's the reason why the PSP one's different. The PSP one, I think, has like a story. There's this story mode. Here's the story of Pangya Island, blah, 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 blah. I don't think Super Swing Golf has that, and I don't think Pangya, the online multiplayer game, I don't think that exists. I think specifically for the PSP game, that's where we get this whole story about Pangya Island and the Demon Lord and blah, 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 whatever, right? I don't think that exists in the other ones. Makes sense to me. Why would you include like a JRPG plot line in a game about golf? Right? Definitely makes sense to me to maybe leave that side of it out.
Well, nothing about this game now makes sense to me. Not that it did before, but now it just definitely doesn't.
Final Fantasy 16 taking a page from Pangya Fantasy Golf. But yeah, so Super Swing Golf was unveiled at an E3 press conference. Super Swing Golf came out in 2006 for the Wii.
3 years before the PSP.
3 years before the PSP version. Even then, there was a second one called Super Swing Golf Season 2. And Season 2 on the Wii has some of the levels from the online Pangya OG.
I didn't know there was a Season 2 variant.
A copy of a copy. Well, it's just a second game. It's essentially Super Swing Golf 2. It's just called Season 2. But a copy of 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 a Fantasy Golf Pangya. So I've got, like, if you look at the thing here, Super Swing Golf and Super Swing Golf 2 have their own, like, whole Wikipedia articles. Fantasy Golf Pangya does not have a Wikipedia article. There's minimal information specifically on this version of the game.
Which is why we went without knowing that there was like this deep entrenched lore and backstory.
Pangya lore, yep. And then there's also a mobile game called Pangya M, which existed from 2014 to 2020. It doesn't exist anymore. Dang.
Dang, I wanted
No
to go download
mobile,
that.
no mobile Pangya for us, man. But yeah, that's the info dump you need to understand the whole Pangya lore situation.
Look, my brain is like melting on this. Like, I can't believe this all exists and that there's like such a dedication to this, like, really just this wacky game.
Well, let's talk about the game a little bit. I thought the game was fine. We did not play this very long, but it's fun. It's golf. It's power-ups. There's cute. What was our mascot? Was like a little cookie guy or something like that, or some kind of.
No. He was a bag. He was like a paper bag looking dude.
Oh, I do remember that. He was like a paper bag. I think
have you
there
ever
was a
seen
cookie
like
dude. Maybe there was in the shop or something.
maybe have you ever seen like the Moki guys from Yu-Gi-Oh? That's what he looked like.
Yeah, I like the whole concept. It definitely. I mean, it feels like a golf game.
Literally,
feels
I
like
played
Hot
a bunch
Shots.
of like hot shots and
Yeah.
stuff. I couldn't tell the difference.
Yeah, it feels pretty similar to basic golf games.
Honestly, Wii Golf also feels a lot like it, like on Wii Sports.
Yep.
It feels very, very similar.
Yeah, it was fun. There's power-ups. Story mode is cool. I like that. That was something I played a lot of the Tiger Woods games growing up, and I always loved there was like challenges and stuff you could do, like land closest to the pin and stuff like that. I always loved doing the stuff like that.
Yeah, it's kind of unique. Like, so you get your starter character, and there's like, I don't know, 5 main storylines, and each of those has like 5 missions in it or something.
Yeah, it was like regions of the island or something like that, right? And then you would go to the missions on the region of the island. And you would usually fight. Each region was like one dude. So region 1, which I think we beat, was the security guard dude, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So we beat the security guard dude, who also was like dating some like ditzy woman who was like, "You better win, so then you can buy me new furniture or something." And then like he lost, and she's like, "I can't believe you lost. How are we gonna buy furniture now?" or whatever, right? She wanted money.
Oh my god. So ridiculous.
It's weird. It is. The whole thing is very weird. It definitely feels like it's one of those games where you feel like while you're playing it, you're like, this was not made by an American development team. The way characters interact with one another and the way the whole plot is set up, this was not created by an American team.
Internally, I play a ton of like JRPGs and stuff. So like internally inside my head, I'm like, there's like US weird, and then there's like Japan weird. And if you've played any amount of Japanese video games, or if you've watched anime, you kind of just have to learn that at some point you're like, yes, Japan. Like, it just happens. This is a game that I can't place in either of those camps. And even learning that's a Korean game, it's just like so out there and such an odd concept. It's like they took every bad RPG element and were like, let's make this a game that people will have to play.
Just an update here as I do more research. Super Swing Golf 1 and 2 did both have story modes. 2 had a better story mode than the first, I hear. Also, sorry. Super Swing Golf 1 was a Japanese launch title for the Wii. That came out with the Wii.
We sound so unprepared for this, but here's the honest truth. We looked before this and couldn't find anything, and Josh just so happened to think about looking at the Super Swing Golf series and stuff, and that's what led us into this rabbit hole. There was nothing for Pangya Fantasy Golf, or Fantasy Golf Pangya, I'm sorry. There's just not that much out there. So it's absolutely wild to see that this is so big and everything. Let's talk a little bit about price while Josh is still doing some research for us. Let's talk Super Swing Golf first, since that came out. So this is on the Wii. Loose is $3.85. Complete $6.97. Don't get this version. We haven't played it, but really the PSP version looks like it's gonna be the best, or the season 2 or the second version of Super Swing Golf would be better. The PSP copy, loose, is $9.19. Complete is $14.87. So $15. And I think that makes sense now, learning that this is the later release on console. We didn't really have another release for Pangya on console after this.
This
Gee, I wonder why.
This is the final Pangya game ever released for console.
Gee, I wonder why.
When is the PS5 Pangya game? I will buy.
At this point, yeah. I have to.
I will buy.
Now that I know all this,
I will buy.
looking at like the art style, it's like if someone was trying to draw anime, but then wanted to also draw like slightly realistic.
It's like if you had one of those
styles.
It's like if you had one of those how to draw manga books as a child.
Yeah, there we go.
It's
exactly.
It's like anime-ish. It's like when you're in the story mode, the images of the characters are like anime. You're like, sure, that's what an anime character looks like. Then obviously when you're looking at the 3D like Wii or PSP models, it's like, yeah, that's not what an anime character looks like. That is like a goofy little guy.
And then on top of that, some of the character models are a little not so great in the sense that
the security guard looked great in the image. Seeing him in the game, that is not what he looked like a moment ago.
all the kids are like 12 years old, and some of them are a little too scandalous, I feel.
Yeah.
There was definitely some mixed feelings on whether or not this is okay.
The main girl's like nipping out for the whole game,
Yeah,
and you're also like, this girl looks like she is 10, so...
You definitely feel very awkward when it's like just sitting on the screen staring at you.
What audience was this created for?
Once again, you have to have that mentality of Japan. All right, yeah, okay,
Korea.
Technically Korea. But, I mean, you know, I feel like this was honestly made for a much, like, the more Asian side of the world, and how it's like, even like talking about like the demon lords and stuff, it's a very tropey thing that we see a lot.
Yeah, very
for
much like an anime line, right?
Yeah, like it's not a storyline that the US sees often.
Look, give me the Kimetsu no Yaiba Pangya golf. I don't know. I'd watch Fire Force if it was about golf instead of firefighters. So
I tried to find every excuse to like not enjoy this as well. And
it's great, man.
I actually really
it's just fun. It's just stupid. The whole thing is really dumb in a fun way. Well, let's talk about our favorites and least favorites. Go into that a little bit. I really liked the power-up system. I thought that was cool. I think that's fun. I think that's a fun way to add something that a lot of golf games don't have. It has this like Mario Golf-ness to it, right? Especially modern Mario Golf, where it's like, use power-ups and use your Pangya shot and... use this, use that. It was more than just golf. It's not just like, hit the ball, you're done. It's not going for realism. It's going for silly fantasy, whatever, right? So I like that a lot.
Fairies, demon lords.
Exactly.
Or golfing with baseball bats. Yeah, I say it's not trying to go quite for realism.
Yep. What I did not like is golf. It's golf. That's it. Just like you're not gonna play this for 8 hours. It's golf. You're gonna play like one match or something, like a couple matches, and you're gonna be like, I'm done with this. It's another one. We talked about this on the Patapon episode too, but it's just like, I think this game benefits from being handheld because you're not gonna play this for 8 hours a day.
I kind of want to see what the Wii version ones look like. I can't imagine it's good.
I'm sure it's fine. Here's
the other thing: the Wii also kind of has that handheld mentality of like, you can easily turn on and off games on the Wii.
Yeah, you're not going to play this for 800 hours.
Yeah,
Wii Sports is literally built to be like, I'll play this for like 30 minutes a day.
I played bowling and boxing, and I am done.
Done, right? Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's fun. I wouldn't play it for 900 hours. But again, not kidding. If they did release one for modern consoles, I'd probably buy it.
I unfortunately would too. It's honestly,
you and I would be keeping the Pangya franchise alive, man.
It's like a thing.
Hey, man, we're no more podcast on Friday night. Sorry, Fridays is
Pangya night.
It's Pangya night. Are you playing golf? Okay, first of all, it's not golf. It's Pangya. 800 years ago, the wells of magical energy came up, and the dark magicians sealed the energy, and they summoned the demon lord. So the Pangya master had to seal the mana holes with the mana stones, and then defeated the demon lord. So it's not like golf at all. But yeah, it's pretty much golf.
Well, this is a interesting take on a golf game. I really don't know how else to phrase that other than like, this exists. It just does. Gosh, where to start?
Say something you like about the game. It's Pangya.
It's Pangya. The game is pretty straightforward, and like the Honestly, the story isn't that bad. I've definitely heard worse stories. This one's just kind of cut and dry. Like, evil bad guy, sealed away. You're playing Pangya. Oh no, he's gonna rise up. Okay,
Yeah, defeat him
you
again.
defeat him again. Okay.
So, what makes it funny, and the reason why I think this game is so funny, is just like the context, right? Like if this was like a hack and slash sword fighting RPG, and it was like the Demon Lord rose up and the magician, it's like you'd be like, sure, not out of place. This is a golf game, right? That's what makes it so funny. Is it's like, hey, do you want to play 9 holes of golf? You're like, yeah, I do. They're like, okay, first of all, the Demon Lord came and he's going
to get a history lesson.
He's just going to summon his minions on the field. You're like, dude, I came to play golf. What is this like? What is this new world?
This is not the hot shots I came for. You can dress up your character. You can decorate your room.
Buy new clubs, yeah.
Buy clubs, different balls. There's like different bracelets that give you like advantages.
Oh, it was like, yeah, we bought the accessory that was like +5.
Oh yeah, bracelets and rings, that's what it was.
+5, spin on your ball or whatever, right? Yeah, like stat boosting equipment.
And then like the stats don't even make that much sense when you really get down to it.
Potions you could buy that gave you stuff for 1 round.
It's like they really wanted to make an RPG, and at the same time they did not want to make an RPG. Like, here's every RPG element ever. Anyways, this is a straightforward game. You don't need to like run around.
That's fun though, man. I think sports games that break the mold like that are fun. I mean, how many people love Blitz the League, right? Like NFL Blitz games, right? Where it's just like, it's not just football. It's like football, but there's this whole other element of like your players can beat up the other players and break bones and like kill guys or whatever. Right? The whole thing.
I always think of like mutant football and hockey on the Genesis.
Yeah, Mutant League football. NBA Street, like
people love Street.
Jump off the wall and like do a slam dunk, right?
Wasn't there like an NFL Street one too?
Yeah, they did
like street football.
They did FIFA, NFL, and NBA Street.
That's wild.
But a lot of these games that like change the formula stand out. I mean, it sounds stupid. Even the backyard football games, backyard baseball, a lot of those have like a cult following where people are playing. Like, they're going to play like a season as Pablo Sanchez out here in the freaking backyard baseball league. Like
you can like pretty much take anything that stands out, right? Tony Hawk changed skateboarding games forever. SSX Tricky changed snowboarding games forever.
There weren't even really there weren't even barely snowboarding games at that point.
You had like Snowboard Kids, SSX, and then Shaun White came out.
1080.
1080 it was there. You think of like arcade games that really just changed things. Need for Speed Underground changed racing. I'm sorry, Midnight Club I think came out before that and it changed the racing idea, right? It's like you take any sports title and you add like a fun arcade element to it that's different than what everyone else was thinking of doing.
Right. It's like, here's Madden NFL 94, 95, 96, 97, 99, Madden 2000, Madden 2. Or it's just like the same game every year, whatever. They don't change that much.
And all of a sudden, Madden Blitz 2000 drops.
Exactly.
And people are like, what?
Here's this completely different way of playing the game. And, there's something to be said for sports games that change the formula that stand out. I gush about this endlessly, and one day we'll play it on the podcast. Triple Play 2001 is a baseball game in which there's a home run derby in which you can play in the living room, where your player is shrunk down to the size of like an ant or whatever. And then so it's a home run derby. When you hit a home run, there's 1 billion objects in the house, and you get points for breaking them. Like you can break the window, and if you hit, there's a pigeon in a cage, and it goes, the pigeon is the national bird of the Major League Baseball Association, and the announcers just say all these stupid funny things. I played that game a ton as a kid, and I love that game. I have a copy at home, and I'll never sell it. It's one of those things where like these sports games that do this like funny, silly stuff where it's like, we're gonna break the mold and have a little fun. I think wasn't the Bigs like that? Bigs and Bigs 2 had
Bigs.
Kind of like an arcadey element to baseball.
Because the show is the realistic one. I think the Big was all about like
Bigs 1 and 2.
Just doing crazy stuff.
Yep. A lot of those sports games people want, and it stands out, right? So there's like I said, there's something to be said of like a game that's like, what if it was golf with power-ups? And literally, like I said, the new Mario Golf is literally this game.
Here's my hot take is that generally if you are a video game player and you play a lot of like racing games, you play a lot of RPGs, you play a lot of puzzle games, whatever your niche is, right? you can find a sports game that really speaks to you. Whether it's Triple Play 2001, for me it's NBA Courtside 2002 on the N64.
Oh yeah. Is that the one with Kobe?
Yeah.
It's like featuring Kobe Bryant on the front of the label, something
Yeah.
like
That game sucks, but I remember having the time of my life playing it with one of my friends, and it's forever just stuck in my heart as a great, sports game. So you take something like golf, that to me is super boring, and I don't like doing it.
A lot of the games are like hyper realistic. That's kind of the point.
Yeah, and like, there's people out there that love golf. I have friends that just love golf, and I'm just like, it's not for me. Pangya is something that will sit in my... Granted, it'll sit in a closet of shame for me, but I do like this game a lot.
Well, see, golf is supposed to be this relaxing sport where you and your buddies can have a couple drinks and go out and hit some balls, and it's super calm and relaxing. Let me tell you, not the way I play it. The way I play golf is I hit the ball and I go, that sucked. Shanked it into the grass. It sucks. Why am I here? It's hot. I got to carry my damn clubs. I don't like golf. I like golf. I like real golf. I have negative childhood experiences associated with golf, so it's not super my favorite thing to do.
Even mini golf for me is just
I love mini golf.
It's okay for me.
It depends on the course.
I think it also depends on who you're with. Like, if you're with a bunch of friends, it's fine, but if you're only with, like, one person...
The course makes or breaks mini golf. I played on courses that suck. I played on courses that are amazing. There's a course down in Albuquerque, New Mexico. I think it was Albuquerque. Maybe it was in Nevada. But you had so it was 18 holes, so there's 2 sets of 9. Every 2 or 3 holes was like a spinner. It was like a challenge spinner. And it was like if you did the challenge, you get to take like 2 strokes off of your thing or something like that. But it would be like you'd spin the wheel and it would be like putt using your opposite hand, or like putt, be like putt with your eyes closed or something like that. So you had to do these challenges if you wanted. You didn't have to. But stuff like that where that was super fun. It added this element of like randomness and, in a way it added, quote, these power-ups or these challenges for you to do. I love mini golf. But yeah, if you're playing on a course that's just like, hit it through the thing, the end. It's like, no thanks. There's one back home in Montana that I love. I love that freaking mini golf course. So many memories there.
We're going to go to like some place, iconic. Like the Mall of America, I know, has like a mini golf area. And
Yeah.
we're just going to be the Pangya players there. And we come up with our own little challenges. And every time we swing, we just go, Pangya! And then once again, they'll ask us to leave. Because it's just
Hole in one, that was really good. Thanks. Yeah, I'm trying to stop the Demon Lord from being summoned by the Dark Magicians. So
we just gotta be like dead serious about it too. Be like, yeah,
we'll walk
Demon
in,
Lord's
dude.
coming
We'll
out,
walk
man.
in with like LARP clothes. We'll walk in wearing like wizard robes and shit. Yes. Sorry, can you point me to the Pangya course? Sorry, you might know it as golf on this planet.
Oh my god. Oh, that'd be so good. I'm just for that.
What did you talk about? What you
I
didn't
talked
like?
about what I liked.
Yeah,
I talked about how it's my guilty pleasure now.
Talk about what you hate, absolutely despise about Pangya.
Can we just start with like putting the game into the PSP and starting it? This is
you just like letting it touch the holy tool of the PSP.
Look, I like it because it's bad. That's why
not even
I love
bad,
it.
though.
It's not even bad, but it's like it's bad.
It's not even bad. Like, I get what you're saying. It's not even bad, though.
And like
It's just kind of like inconvenient.
This is a game that like you try to explain to people, like we have been trying to explain to you for this episode.
So it's like golf. Okay, so it's not like golf. So 800
It's Pangya,
years,
and golf is like Pangya.
So
There's a demon lord.
800 years ago, the Dark Magicians took over.
And like try to explain that to someone who doesn't watch anime, that doesn't play a lot of video games. Explain that to like your grandfather and see how well it goes.
So it's like golf? Yeah, it's like golf with power-ups. Oh, that sounds pretty easy. Yeah, well, I mean, there's more to it than that. So 800 years ago, the Dark Magicians took over the Mana
You gotta get that lore in there, otherwise
they took over the Mana Wells. And then the Pangya hero had to defeat the Demon Lord, place the Mana rocks in the Mana Wells. So
grandfather looks at you. So are you playing golf or are you trying to cast a spell? Yes, exactly.
Both. Now you get the spirit, Grandpa. Both. It's like golf if you did a lot of acid before and didn't know what golf was like. It's like golf, except you did so much LSD, your friend was like, do you know how golf was invented? And you're like, no, tell me the story of golf.
You ever been tripping on mushrooms so hard you invent a new type of game?
Invent a new language.
Pangya!
Dude, you gotta hit this. I just invented a new sport. It's like golf. Oh, it's like golf, that's it? No, there's power-ups. Oh, so it's like golf with power-ups? No, dude, you don't get it. So 800 years ago, dark magicians came and they seized the mana wells and they summoned the demon lord.
There's just no getting around that. It's just a ridiculous
The more we talk about it, the more I want golf games to be like that. I want the new PGA Tour to have like bosses. They're like
I want the security guard to come out with a wire rung bat and be like, I'm gonna kill you if you don't beat me.
Hey, Rory McIlroy, welcome back to the course. Another year of golf. Let's go through the tutorial. So you're going to hit X to start the meter, then you're going to hit X again to get a perfect shot. If you go over or under, you could shank it. Also, Garthernax the Green Destroyer will show up every 4 holes. To kill Garthernax, hit him in his weak points for massive damage. You're like, what? This is a PGA Tour game. Welcome to Pebble Beach. This area is littered with gremlins. Don't land too close; they'll steal your ball. I think we should just make. Normal sports games absolutely as bizarre as this one is.
It's so bad. It's amazing, and I love it for what it is.
Like imagine you were playing football, and then like I don't know, some like demonic sandworm burst out of the ground, and you had to score a touchdown before it ate your players.
This is like.
I think we could really get something. If anybody's listening out there, I think we got a lot of really good ideas for sports games.
Look, we could change the sports face.
I'm gonna have to,
flip it over.
I'm gonna have to link one of my favorite pieces of fiction down below. I forget what it's called. It's called football 20,008 or something like that. And it is like a fictional story where it's like these satellites are speaking to each other. These satellites have AI in them, and they monitor football. So the way football works now in this future is that it's played on like whatever the 38th parallel or whatever. It's played on like the field is played north to south from the border of Canada to the border of Mexico. So it's like one vertical strip of the entire country is considered, quote, the field. And so it's like the entire game, there's like different sections of the game. I think it's like some part in like Texas or something they built to run defense. They hired a bunch of people to like build tall buildings and walls and stuff. So there's like they have to scale over. Then, okay, they're running through Kansas. One of the main sections, they're running through Kansas, and like a tornado sucks up the player with the ball. It's just like, they're just like talking about how this sport is like absolutely insane. These players are playing for like months at a time. There's like camps. They set up like, it's like war. They set up like camps and stuff. That's what Pangya reminds me of. It's like the most insane
That is the
thing.
most accurate description of another work of fiction that came as close to what Pangya is. That is, oh my god. I never thought I'd see the day where we found something that was like the exact same variant of it, but for a different sport. Why can't we make that a game? Where is that football game? Oh my gosh. Look, this episode's kind of gotten into a ramble, but like, where do we take this? Honestly, where could you possibly go with this in a coherent and thought out process of a script, right?
I got it. So it is 17776, and it is also known as What Football Will Look Like in the Future, set in the distant future in which all humans have become immortal and infertile. The series follows 3 sapient space probes that watch humanity play an evolved form of American football, in which games can be played for millennia over the distance of thousands of miles.
I'm not gonna lie, I would watch the living hell out of that. If Pangya was real, I would watch the living hell out of Pangya.
That's what I don't know. That's we kind of fell off on this one. What a fitting end. What a fitting end to our year. What a fitting end to our UMDecember. Like, what is there left to say about Pangya? Nothing.
Nothing.
Pangya.
Look,
dude.
there's some information out there that we haven't seen that elaborates even further into what Pangya is.
The creators
and
of
my
this
mind
game
can't handle it. It just can't.
The creators of this game must have like a 200-page document. There's like concept art and drawings, and there's like tomes written about this stuff. I believe there has to be.
They got like an
Some guy made it his
Botanical
life's work.
Encyclopedia worth of just Pangya
Encyclopedia
lore.
Britannica. 46 volumes of Pangya. The War Against the Demon Lord.
Oh my god.
Some Korean developers made it his life's work.
He's like,
They're
just
on the
wait,
Thai-
I'm going to drop the next one. They're going to be blown away.
They're on the Thai servers right now, playing round after round of Pangya. It never ends.
Look, if you love Pangya and this is like your favorite game in the world, reach out to us. Tell us where we went wrong. Tell us that our opinions were
Here's the thing.
awful or great or
I don't
whatever.
even think we went wrong. I think we enjoyed it in exactly the way it was meant to be enjoyed.
To be honest with you, I don't know if I could have enjoyed it in any other way.
It was perfect.
I loved it and hated it so much at the same time that it just is forever going to live with me now. I will never forget Pangya. Or back 800 years ago in the Demon Lord.
When the Dark Magicians took the mana wells, summoned the Demon Lord, Pangya Warrior had to, etc., etc.
I think he had a name too. I can't remember.
Who cares? His name wasn't Pangya, then why does it matter?
Pangya.
His name was Tiger Woods, and he defeated the Demon Lord. All right, close this off, Alex. Well, let's talk about why it deserves to be on the backlog. That'd probably be a worthwhile read. Pangya Fantasy Golf is a sports simulation, except the simulation is you lose your mind while playing it. That's what you're simulating. You're simulating like the death of your brain while playing golf. No, for real though, Pangya Fantasy Sports Pangya is a absolutely insane story-based golf game that is just golf with power-ups. It's fun. It controls like a golf game. If you like weird sports games, look no further. If you like golf, if you like RPGs, if you like anime storylines, check this one out.
Just be careful not to deep dive too hard into it.
Check out Super Swing Golf. Check out Super Swing Golf Season 2.
Check out Pangya M.
No, you can't play Pangya M anymore. Check out Pangya. The Thai servers are still open. You can go play the MMO Pangya.
Well, thanks for listening to the Quick Save Podcast with us.
I'm Pangya.
I am also Pangya, and this has been a Pangya time here with the Quick Save Pangya. If you would please Pangya comment, Pangya subscribe, Pangya like, and just help us promote and Pangya this channel and our podcast to a Pangya time. We would very much Pangya like it.
Yeah, we're trying to spread the podcast by word of Pangya.
It's Pangya or no Pangya.
Tell you and all your Pangyas to listen to the quick Pangya.
I'm Alex.
I'm Pangya.
Pangya.
Behold, the Demon Lord has come to wreak havoc. What is this golf you speak of?
It's not golf. It's Pangya!
I'll take the mana from these mana wells, and the Dark Magicians will channel the energy through my body. Nobody, not even the Pangya Warrior, could stop me. I will reside in Pebble Beach, and I will kill any Pangya players that step foot into my territory.
Gee, I sure hope there's not a field of gremlins.
There's no gremlins on this field that are going to steal the mana rocks.
Oh, gosh. All right, well, I can't. I'm done. I'm so sorry. I just can't anymore.
Marvel post-credit scene. Marvel post-credit scene that says the Demon Lord will return 2024.
Bro, I'm telling you, if there's a Pangya game that drops in 2024, I will lose my mind.
That Demon Lord will return 2024. All right, get me out of here. Turn this damn thing off, man. Get me out of here. Get me out. I'm trapped. Let me out, Demon Lord. Let the Pangya, please. No more. No more. Please. Pangya.
Pangya.